I mean, in the rest of the world, people haven't seen things like this.
That was still the best day of his life. He can't stop talking about it. It's amazing the joy you can bring to someone.
Well, I mean, this is a childhood dream for me. I'm happy being able to do it.
Without the light, in the summer we were lovers. With the flame our hearts would burn.
We've just arrived at Rhino Mana here in Zimbabwe. This place was developed for elite athletes. It's meant to be a training and recovery center, particularly for NBA stars from the States. You can see why it's called Rhino Mana. I saw some, there's some rhinos right in front of the swimming pool. I'm going to be here at Rhino Mana for a few days, working out and using their facilities. From here, I fly to Cape Town. I have an interview with Car Magazine South Africa to discuss the Naran. After lunch, we had a treat, getting to play with little white tigers. Yeah, such beautiful animals. Yeah. Well, little for now. We took the side-by-side out. They'd made a lovely track out there, which was so much fun. Managed to get it sliding. You can see we've got some mud all over us, but it was really fun. And we've had to come back because the sun has just set. And now I think we're all going to have a shower and then get ready for dinner a little later. I generally don't drink soft drinks or anything with sugar, but when I'm in Zimbabwe, a drink that reminds me of my childhood. Cream soda. It's really delicious. I'll probably have it with dinner later. Morning. Just woke up to that view. The rhinos right outside my door. Today we're going to use the gym and spa facilities, which is what this place was primarily developed for. Going to do some clay pigeon shooting and take the day as it comes. We're also going to swim with the tigers in the pool, which should be fun. And I'm about to have breakfast now. I decided to ride the quad today, which is fun. We had them growing up when we were very, very young. I used to love riding quads when I was young. We used to have a place in Nyanga, which is up in the country. It feels like Scotland. And I used to go drifting the quads everywhere. And I can remember once, I used to terrorize everyone. I had motocross bikes as well, which were incredibly loud. And people riding horses used to hate it because their horses would get scared. And I was a terror. Then I take my quad bikes and race across the golf course, go sliding across the golf course, make all the golfers angry. And once, while I was drifting across a hill, I got traction and I could feel it starting to roll. So I jumped up in the air, it started rolling, and it rolled all the way down the golf course hill, landed up in the lake, and we had to fish the quad out the lake later. We've just finished clay pigeon shooting. We're now going back to the manor to go swimming. Now that we're back at the manor, we're going for a swim. just had lunch. I had a sauna and then jumped in the ice bath twice. I did a minute in the ice bath. I did 11 minutes in an ice bath and I was cold for like 3 days after. Yeah. And this guy, I booked an ice bath in my hotel. So the guy came to my balcony and set it up. I got in. After like 5 seconds I wanted to get out. It was way colder than this. It was frozen, really? Just ice. And I was trying to get out and he held me by my shoulders. I was like, let me out. And he just refused to let me out. Like, you're strong. Imagine climbing a mountain. I was like, I'm paying you to do this and I'm telling you to stop. Let me out. He refused. So what do you use the pineapple for?
When they get cooked, we can either slice them for dessert.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what they say, mangwana. There's always mangwana. There's always tomorrow. So enjoy your last dinner.
Thank you so much.
You are my sunshine on a rainy day. You are the one who takes my breath away.
Morning everyone. It's day 3 at Rhino Mana. About to have breakfast, work out in the gym, have a sauna, ice plunge, and then we head back to Harare. Right now, I've got a little bit of work I need to do, so we'll do that before breakfast very quickly. It's been lovely. It's been so relaxing. I feel really energized. I'm ready to head to Cape Town and start having my meetings there.
I surrender my heart. I was yours.
I don't accept people telling me no, something can't be done. If I want something done, it gets done. If I'm working with a service provider, I will either switch service provider or make sure it happens, because when clients ask me to make something get done, I make it happen. And I expect the same from any other provider I'm paying for a service. We're going to the shooting range. I'm going to drive out there on the side-by-side. And you're coming with me. Yesterday we went clay pigeon shooting, and this time we're going target shooting. So we're shooting a 9mm. This buggy in particular doesn't have as much power as any hypercar is going to have, but you get custom-made buggies, often called sand rails, which are up to 1,000 horsepower and have similar amounts of power. Every hypercar is different to drive. Every buggy and vehicle is different to drive. They have their own quirks and eccentricities.
Let me know if you're thinking that you don't want to hold me. Coward, I'm getting bored. 'Cause I can find another, so don't hold me back.
We just took the buggy out to do some target practice and then decided to spend more time in the buggy than we did on target practice. You can see we're covered in a bit of mud, but it was a lot of fun. It's so wonderful being out in nature like this. You take out the buggies, you can drive as fast as you want wherever you go. Along the way we saw zebras, we stopped to look at the zebras. Places like this give you complete freedom. You know, many resorts around the world, you have people telling you to slow down or be less reckless with the vehicles, which is very irritating. Whereas, you know, here at Rhino Mana and places like this in general, where it's completely privatized for you, you have no restrictions and do as you please, which is lovely and makes the experience so much better.
Oh, yeah. I won't let him get into my mind. No, no, no. He thinks he can, 'cause he's a man, but he is just a boy.
Heading to the gym, gonna work out, then sauna and ice plunge. When I was running my business initially, I had no time to do anything. So people say it's really good to take care of your health. Be as healthy as you can, but you know, if you have complete lack of sleep, you work out when you can, which is pretty rare. What I do is I'd often go to the gym, spend hours in the gym because I'd be on the phone every few minutes and barely get a minute in, but work out whenever I could. A lot of people swear by having a work-life balance. I think there's two types of people who preach work-life balance is important. People who'll never make it in life and people who've already made it and now can have a balance. But on the way up there, while you're working, while you're struggling to get there, you don't have time to have a balance. You have very little sleep. You barely have time to work out and do things which are relaxing. But if you stick with the hard work, eventually you get to a stage where you have complete freedom and you can concentrate on having balance or just peace. And the great thing is if once you've done well, if you invest your money well, then money isn't a worry. You never have to think about money again and you can concentrate just on your health. So It's a balance. I mean, there was a stage where my health was terrible because all I did was work for 10 years and neglected my health. Had I pushed it further, maybe I would have real serious health issues. I don't know. Now that I've taken a step back from my business, I have more time, I prioritize health. So it's the most important thing to me. I make sure I sleep well, I work out 5 times a week. I do a lot of alternative treatments like stem cell treatments, ozone, ionospheresis to get my blood clean. I do a lot of stuff to focus on my health now because I neglected it for so long. I now thankfully have the time and the resources to replenish my health and make up for all the time that I spent neglecting my health. Now I'm going to have a workout and then sauna, ice plunge, massage, lunch, and then we head back to Harare.
This world is so cold and deceiving.
I worked really hard at school. I wasn't in the A stream for everything. Most of the time out of 4 A, B, C, and D, I would be in the second stream. It's the B stream. You know, from when I was young, I knew what I wanted to do in my life. I wanted to set up my own car company. In order to do that, I needed to study industrial and product design, followed by postgrad in automotive design. And to do product design, most universities I would have had to have, well, the university I wanted to go to, I needed an A in maths and an A in physics. So worked really hard because I knew I needed that in order to fulfill my life goals, which is why I think having a direction or an end goal as early in life as possible is a great thing because you're motivated to excel in order to get there. The school I went to was very sporting. It was compulsory in winter to play rugby and hockey, in summer cricket, and then we had to do what they considered cultural activities, do at least one cultural activity which was voluntary. Well, the choice was voluntary, and those were golf, tennis, squash. But all I wanted to do was leave school as soon as possible every day so that I could go home and ride my motorbikes or go-kart or when I was younger, bicycles. I've never been the type of person who's team sport, kind of camaraderie type of person. Like it used to be compulsory on weekends when the first team rugby were playing a match for us to go and support, and we'd have to sing war cries and things like that. And I thought it was the worst thing ever. I thought it was pathetic that we had to do that. In my opinion, if they want to play rugby and are in the first team, that's their choice. What's it got to do with me to go and support them? I was very anti that and would try and get out of it in any way I could so that I could do my own thing and ride my motorbikes, etc. I had my gym session, had a shower. I'm going to take you for a tour of the rooms. And we've got some other guests who are going to follow us. Hello. Afternoon.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm alright. I can pet you.
I can hold a milk bottle. All the rooms have a terrace and a view out. Generally every morning I've had rhinos outside my room when I wake up, which is lovely. And looking further out, there's zebra, giraffe. It's a great way to start the morning. We've got Saint over here. Or is this Angel?
This is Saint.
Come here, Sainty. Okay, let's Saint do the bathroom tour. Come on, let's go.
Are you gonna take you for a buck?
So all the rooms have an outdoor shower, which is lovely because the wall height, you can look out. I had a shower earlier and the rhinos were directly outside my shower. I think Saint wants to use the toilet, which is through there. And then you've got a bath and the 2 basins. It's really a lovely place to wake up. Oh, and here's Saint's sister Angel. She gonna jump on the bed? You gonna jump on the bed? Should we have lunch now? Yeah. Well done.
Thank you so much. It's been so good having you guys here.
It's been lovely being here. It's been incredible. So we've come to the Naran Jairos Jiri Center, which was set up 50 years ago by my grandfather as a home for the disabled and school to teach them sign language, as well as a rehabilitation center for disabled students in general. And my grandfather set up a lot of these type of facilities around the country. This one was very close to Rhino Mana where we were, which is why we stopped by. They showed me that the deaf students like to watch TV, but the TV they have is very small, so I've just given them money to go buy a bigger TV. But also over the years, after my grandfather died, my dad helped fund this center, and now I give donations and help fund the center as well. I think 3 years ago, I gave them $1 million. All the students are boarders, so they stay at this campus. They get taught to raise chickens, which they then sell. They get taught skills like making shoes, making clothes, which once they leave the center, they have a skill and can go ahead and make products, which they can then go and sell and hopefully start a career for themselves. They go home during school holidays, but we've been told a lot of the families don't have money to come and pick them up, so even during the holidays they stay here. They'll phone the headmistress, ask how their child is doing, and then not bother coming to see them. So many of these students have been here for years and not seen their families. Morning, I'm at Harare International Airport, about to fly to Cape Town, where I have a few meetings and get to drive my Pagani again. I've just landed in Cape Town and now heading to Stellenbosch to Telegraph, the hotel I'm staying at. And this afternoon, have a few meetings. Tomorrow morning, have an interview with Car Magazine South Africa, and then in the afternoon meeting a few clients, following by a very early morning drive on Saturday with a close friend of mine. Cape Town's incredible because you have this amazing art scene. You also have incredible weather. It's naturally really beautiful, and you've got so much variety from the mountains to the sea. I think something that's really special about Cape Town is the fact that you have this arty influence. Morning everyone, had an early start to the day, had a few conference calls, then hiked up to the top of the peak over there, and now I have an interview with Car Magazine South Africa, and we're getting there in the Pagani. I last drove it in January. What month are we now? April? So 4 months? But this is the last car I think I've driven. I don't think I've driven a road car since January. I haven't. I've only driven racing cars. I bought it as a birthday present for myself. So I drove it for the first time on my birthday.
Here's one, I'm sure he told you that Cristiano Ronaldo wants his car, his Ameerh.
Oh really?
Has he not told you?
No.
Apparently Cristiano Ronaldo's people phone him regularly and say he wants that car, name your price, and so on, says no, he's not. So which is probably why the Naran's not going to be electric or hybrid, plug-in hybrid.
Well, firstly, nobody needs a car like that.
Yeah.
You buy a car because you want it and it pulls on your heartstrings. And electric doesn't pull on your heartstrings. Yeah. From knowing the craftsmanship that came to build a car, some guy behind a computer is not craftsmanship in my opinion. Yeah. The sounds, the vibrations, everything, you just don't get that from an electric car.
Yeah. And I think a lot of the brands hopefully are seeing that. Right? So I think personally, I think electric is perfect for city car runarounds. When you get to this level, I think, because I've driven 911 Turbo S, I think the best use of electric is
torqueful.
Torqueful, turbo, spinning the
turbo,
turbo, and in the transmissions. The Ferrari, the 296 as well, it uses electric perfect. You can still cruise around a little bit in electric, but then it adds to the punch.
When I was a child, I was a BMW guy, but as I've got older, there's amazing cars from all different brands I like. But all-time favorite car, it's a boring answer. I'm going to say the Huayra BC Roadster I have, because maybe it's because it's the last car I've driven, but also it's got such a great balance of, the Koenigsegg has incredible power, and the Bugattis, but they have too much grip. So they're not as playful. And for me, the only time you have fun with a car is when you're at its limit.
And to get to the limit of those cars, you're doing crazy speeds. It's so dangerous.
Yeah.
Whereas a car like this, like even pulling out of Telegraph on the edge, I never drive cars with traction control on and stuff. I just don't like it.
Well, this is why I like an M2 so much. An M2.
I love that car.
The M2 is edgy. Fortunately, I've had a lot of experience driving cars, so I think a novice might not enjoy that twitchiness, but I love to feel a car moving is great.
Do you know, honestly, the M2 is amongst one of those fun cars I've ever driven.
Yeah.
And I've driven everything.
Yeah. So the previous shape M2, the CS, we had a blue with the gold wheels. If I could, I would have it in my driveway tomorrow.
Yeah. And you get the manual.
Yeah.
But the CS didn't come in manual.
No.
A 4-seater hypercar V12 manual. I can't think of a better recipe, rear-wheel drive, for an enthusiast.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw an article, it was this week, about Porsche developing a transmission that can run in auto and or manual.
It's like the Koenigsegg one.
I mean, they started it, but I think Porsche's developing different. Anyway, yeah, incredible.
I'm very lucky in that the environment since I was a child, I've always told I can do or have anything I want. And I think giving the inspiration, little things like, you know, you love it when these little kids see the car.
Yeah.
When I was maybe like 12, 13, the E39 M5 first came out.
Yeah.
I remember seeing, there was one in Zimbabwe on Gauteng plates driving a Harare. And I told my dad, I've got to see that car. We stopped at a traffic light. My dad asked, do you mind pulling over so my son can have a look at your car? So the guy pulled over, let me sit in his car, let me rev it. And he's like, if you ever want to drive it, you call me. No, I was 12 years old, so completely underage. I asked my dad to get his number. My dad got his number. I kept telling my dad, call him. He's like, he wasn't serious about letting me drive the car. So I said, yes, he was. He said I could. My dad phones him, go to his house, go for a drive. He let me drive his M5 on public roads. It's brand new.
Really?
I did like 200 kilometers per hour as a 12-year-old under the steering wheel like this.
Wow.
And I want to sell my car to nice people who inspire the next generation.
Yeah.
Morning guys, taking a friend out for a drive through the passes and then we're going for lunch. Enjoy the ride.
You just type it in there. Is it on YouTube?
YouTube is the long form and we have short videos on Instagram.
Okay. So did you import it? Was this car only here for the podcast that you're making?
I've kept it here for 6 months and then it'll go back to Switzerland. Well, nice meeting you.
Enjoy the drive.
Thank you. I think my biggest expense when owning cars is because I travel so much, is flying them around the world with me. So for instance, this car flew from Switzerland to here. From here it'll go to London, and then from London I think I'm going to have it go to Sardinia for the Pagani owners tour. This car came with 2 sets of tires. All the BCs come with 2 sets. Slicks for the track on different rims and road tires, which are on this. But these are barely road tires. They're practically slicks with little cuts on them, semi-slicks. Until they have heat in them, they just slide everywhere. I dread to think what this car is like to drive in the rain, because it has no traction when it's dry. I always have traction control off, but it struggles with traction.
What was your first car that you ever bought?
The first car I ever got, my parents bought me when I was 14, was a 1.3 litre Toyota Corolla. I did donuts with that car, front wheel drive, handbrake everywhere to try and get it to slide out. I've used that car, depending on the weather. When I'd go to school every day, I'd max it out. So I'd be in 5th gear with my foot completely flat. And in summer, it would get to about 100 kilometers per hour, 120. And in winter, I could get to 140, 160. I'd max it out. Instead of having to look at a temperature gauge, I'd see how fast the car is going and I know how warm it is outside.
What's your first hypercar that you got? Or supercar?
My first supercar was an Aston Martin Vanquish, and my first hypercar, it's arguable. Some people consider the Aventador SVJ as the entry level into hypercar territory. Some people consider it supercar. It's somewhere in the middle. But proper hypercar, Carrera GT. In Dubai, I had my Carrera GT at the Four Seasons Hotel where I stay most often. I came out once and there were 10 children photographing my car. I opened the door and I asked one of them, do they want to get inside and take a photo from inside? And he told me he goes to Dubai Mall every weekend and no one has ever let them sat in the car. I thought that's crazy. So I took each of the 10 children for a very small drive around the block. I mean, they were so happy. Just before that, I'd been invited by the Porsche Club of Dubai to go to Jebel Jais, which is a really long drive. It's more than 4 hours. So I messaged in the Porsche Club group saying, if anyone's got a free seat in their car, would they mind taking one of these children? Because there's 10 of them. I'd like them all to be able to come up for the drive. And not one person was willing to take one of the kids. So what I did was I got another car to follow with all the children, and I drove whenever I could. I'd pull over and another child would get in the car, so they all got an opportunity. And I had one of these children's mother contact me a year later saying that was still the best day of his life. He can't stop talking about it. It's amazing the joy you can bring to someone, and it doesn't take much effort. I mean, all it meant was me arranging another car to follow, and I was going up there anyway. But you can change someone's life.
I've been getting tired of it lately. Feels like we're battling. Maybe it's better if we're on our own.
I'm gonna go back to the hotel if I have time, have a quick swim, and then off to the airport to Bologna for my race test at Imola prior to the first race of the season the following week in Barcelona.
I don't even know.
Yeah, sure.
Simon, can you just quickly take a picture with you and so?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Hi, what's your name?
Heinrich,
Heinrich.
this is a cool car. What car
Thank
is
you.
this?
It's a Pagani. Yeah. Do you want to jump inside? Let me get out.
This is a nice car.
Maybe that's fun, right?
Driven on some incredible roads. Now I need to fly to Bologna, start testing for the LMS season this year. Past week's been incredible. I spent 3 days in Cape Town driving this incredible car. I spent 3 days in the bush in Zimbabwe prior to that, a couple of weeks with family time. It's been lovely, and looking forward to now pushing full season ahead with the LMS, and hopefully we get a podium this season. After Cape Town, I flew to Imola where I did some testing, then went to Monaco for a business meeting, then came to Barcelona. I've been testing in Barcelona, and my team from Naran Automotive and Vimana Private Jets are here as well. So in between testing, we've been having meeting. Today I'm at the track. It's qualifying today, and tomorrow is the race. I'll let you know how it's been going after my qualifying session. Let's see what position I come. I don't find it stressful. I mean, this is a childhood dream for me. I'm happy being able to do it.
So today has been good so far. We've done FP2, few modifications to the car, feels a lot more stable, a lot more consistent. We were focused particularly in a race run, so trying to make a setup that takes care of the tires, that we can keep lap times consistent throughout the run. And now we change it a bit, make it more aggressive, and Ameerh goes for qualifying.
Tomorrow's my first race of the season. So far, I've had a huge improvement in performance, but I'm also driving at a much higher level. So I came 9th in qualifying, which isn't the best result, but taking into consideration that there was such a small margin between everyone from 4th to 9th, I think there was 0.03 of a second difference. And the fact that it's my first race of the ELMS season, which is a much higher level than I've raced at before, I'm optimistic about the season ahead. Hey.
What's your time?
You guys introduce yourselves.
So I'm Tom, I'm the chief mechanic on the Ameerh's car.
And then
Yeah, I'm
Rui and
Sergio, I'm one of Ameerh's teammates. And I'm Rui, I'm the other teammate.
So the reason we've got the simulator here is often I have the worst memory. Before I used to arrive to tracks and not know whether the corner's left or right when I was on the track, and my coach used to tell me it's a left corner coming up, right corner, and it's not a very good way of driving. So now the day before every evening, Sergio will go through the track with me. We'll memorize the track, the lines to take, what gears to be in, so that we optimize the short amount of time we have on the track.
This is a single monitor sim, but it's a very widescreen monitor, so you have the full field of view you need. You don't really need to see more than that on a race car. It's not like you're gonna park it or something. This is a direct drive wheel from Fanatec, which is good enough to give you the same feelings a real steering wheel would output. And also the pedals are not like the typical gaming pedals you have. These are very heavy, like a race car, so you gotta press upwards of 80 kilos to reach the appropriate force. The steering wheel is also not exactly like our steering wheel in the car, but similar shape, pedal shifts behind the wheel. We tuned the model, more important than the hardware itself, the sitting position, all that is important, but the software, how the game or the simulation actually is configured to replicate the car, that's what really matters. And we tried to make a good enough model to, like Ameerh said, prepare him for the first time he goes out on track, that he already knows where to brake, how much speed to carry, which gear to carry, and so on. Saves a lot of track time.
Sergio literally goes into the software and reprograms it, recodes it for while I'm out driving to make it as close to the actual track as possible. I'm back in my RV. I finished qualifying. At every race, I bring my RV along because it gives me space completely on my own, which is hard to get at a track like this. I also have a massage bed in front of me, so when I have my physiotherapy, I've got a bed, a bathroom and shower in here as well, which allows me time to have a nap between sessions when possible. I also have business meetings in my RV, so when I'm at the track and I want to meet with any of my team or staff, they will fly out and we'll schedule the meeting in here between my sessions. From here, I'm going to go to our hospitality suite where we will have a team performance meetings to discuss the balance on the car, any corners or any issues we have with the car, anything we feel the engineers can do to improve the performance of the car. You know, I'm so grateful I'm able to race cars. It's like a childhood dream, so I'm just really happy that I have this opportunity. I mean, when I'm racing, it's very exhausting. Often you have so little energy, even thinking's difficult. But whilst I'm in the race, focusing on my lines, try to remember any coaching I've had. Yesterday was free practice. Unfortunately, my car had a technical issue, so I missed the whole afternoon session. Car was fixed and we're back out today for qualifying. Tomorrow's the race. I'm constantly being in this position. The amount of G-force your body going through on the corners is very high. You know, I think as a racing driver, our heartbeat, endurance racing driver, we have an elevated heartbeat for a longer period than any other sport, even cyclists, because during corners where there's so much G-force on our head that our hearts are beating really hard to push the blood up to your brain so your brain can still work, because the force to the corners is pushing the blood away from your head, so your heart's got to beat really, really fast to keep the blood up. So that's the tires grip on the surface. Whereas as a beginner to learn how to drive, and now I drive GT3 where we drive predominantly using aero grip, so that's the downforce of the car. Now with a GT4 car, the grip, you can feel the car, so you can feel when you're losing grip and when you've got more grip, whereas when you're driving a GT3 car, there's no feel. You just have to know and trust that the car's gonna have enough grip, because what an aeroplane wing does, cause lift and makes you lift off the ground. The wings in the GT3 car are the opposite way around, so you're getting pushed down onto the ground and there's no way of feeling that. I spent maybe 15 years where I spent the majority of my life behind a laptop. Even when I went to nightclubs and parties, I would have my laptop with me because I always had so much work to do. The only time I really ever open a laptop is in a car or on a plane, because I have to be sat down anyway, and that's when I open my laptop. Morning guys, today's race day. I've got to get to the track. We have an autograph session as soon as I arrive and then grid walk and we're ready to start the race. It looks like it's going to rain today. We've had zero preparation in the rain, so let's see what happens. But anyway, from last I made up a whole lot of positions and I think we came in 5th. It's good. I mean, I was told I was the fastest GT3 car on the track in the last few laps, which is good news. I've just finished the first race of the season. Now in the car on the way back to the hotel. We came 7th overall, which was a little bit disappointing, but we have 5 more races to go. It was a 4-hour race. I started the race, got 2 penalties, which meant we were coming last, but thankfully managed to gain positions all the way up to 5th. The reason I got the 2 penalties, one, they said not respecting the start procedure, which I'm pretty sure I did nothing wrong. And the second penalty, when you come into the pit, there's a yellow box, and only when the car's in the yellow box can they start fueling and changing the tires, and I was a few centimeters to the right, which meant they had to jack the car, put it on skates, move it to the center and then drop it again. So what I've learned from the first race is my pace has improved drastically. At one stage I was the fastest GT3 car out on track. The procedures make a big difference and strategy makes a big difference. Next race is at Paul Ricard in the south of France. It's normally in the middle of the summer season, so I'm in the south of France anyway. That brings my trip in Barcelona to an end. I've just finished my race, which is the primary reason I was here. Had a few meetings in between. Tomorrow I fly to London. I haven't been back to London in about 8-9 months, I think. So excited to be back. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Like and subscribe if you'd like to see more.